Hey, what's up interwebs? I'm that toy guy, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Transformers Titans Return Voyager class Nucleon and Galvatron. And this is one first of many reviews to come of the stuff that I bought from Tfcon 2016. So, first we'll take a look at the box, which has Galvatron in mid power-up mode there. On the side you have that same picture. On this side, you have Autobot symbol, and in case you forgot what franchise this is from, I'm sorry. On the back, you have your bio, if you want to focus and read that, go ahead. And then you have your product shots, and then this junk here. So that's it for the box. Inside the box, you get your instructions, which are awful, and you get the new collector's cards, card sleeve not included. And I like these a lot better than the Combiner Wars ones. Plus, I like how they cut the corners here, and at the back they're actually useful. But I'm confused because it says here that the red is Galvatron and the blue is Nucleon when combined with Galvatron. So does that mean that this here is the red, and then once it's in robot mode, the blue combine? I don't know. Here it is next to a Titans Return card, Combiner Wars card, Skydive, obviously. And you can see the artwork was borrowed from the game for this one, but for this one it's brand new and really good. And on the back, this was useless. This is sort of useful, but I like the cards, so I keep them either way. And you get Nucleon here, who is basically Megatron. And yeah, he's just a silvery gray plastic with a ball-jointed head and ball-jointed arms that can go forward. And his legs, he can sit. And he's very tiny. Like, look at this. Look at that. He is very tiny. This is scary. Anyway, on Galvatron there are two pegs on either side, so you can stand him up there because he does have ports at the bottom of his feet. So you can just stand him up there and he can stand there. And this made my friend laugh really hard when we first saw the stock rendered photos of these, and Galvatron was just like this. And he thought that was hilarious because that's how you store Nucleon, and it made him laugh a lot. But yeah, getting Nucleon off the side, here is Galvatron, and this is my first ever Galvatron, and my first ever Titans Return figure. And I like it, I really do like it. I know a lot of people are on this figure, but I like it. Then again, this is my first Titans Return figure, so the others are probably a lot better. But yeah, for a Galvatron, he looks like a Galvatron with a cockpit at the bottom. And an extra cannon. But getting into details here, he does have the treads. They aren't painted though. And he does have two shades of purple. Why? Anyway, you do have the Tfcon symbol at the top there. A lot of nice molded in detail all the way throughout, even on the cannon, which is a nice translucent plastic. You got some silver paint up here on the gun. You got some gunmetal gray and some more of that gunmetal gray here on the back. Got some thrusters. Underneath, you just have cockpit and these two panels. But yeah, overall, he's nice. Now, for a comparison, here he is next to Skydive. As you can see, he's a lot longer than Skydive. And honestly, I have to say that the plastic on these feels a little bit more dense than the plastic on this. But then again, I know rising oil prices and whatnot makes it a lot more expensive to make these things at the same cost. Here he is next to an Age of Extinction Voyager. Here is Hound. This is when Hasbro did not know what to do with their toys, so they made them very small. And again, plastic on this one feels a lot better than the plastic on that one. Here he is next to a couple movie toys from before Age of Extinction. Here is Shockwave, who I just previously did. again, a lot longer, but that's just because of the barrel. And here he is next to my favorite movie toy that I also got at Tfcon. I'm bumping everything. Mind Wipe. And the plastic on this feels way, way better than the plastic on this. So yeah, this is awesome. Buy this. So, being a Voyager of the Titan's Return line, he is a triple changer. But not very good. And I told my friend who went with me to TFCon that I would never put this guy in jet mode. But for the sake of this review, I will put him in jet mode. So here goes. First thing you want to do is you want to just come over here and open these up and just remove the cannon. Set that off to the side for now. I sneeze. Then you want to take the cockpit here, fold it up, take this thing and just flip it over like that to become a dorsal fin. Then you want to come over to these sections right here. My table's shaking a lot. To this section, these sections right here, and then fold them forward like so and like so. Then you want to close these back up. Then bring these all the way around and fold down the treads and fold them in. So do that on both sides. Come on, camera, focus. Oh well. Then you want to come back here and split the legs and bring them out, and these little tabs will tab into those slots right there. So you want to bring it and peg it in. Same thing on this side. Bring it and peg it in. And there you have his jet mode. And if you want to arm it, take the cannon, fold this up, click it into place, fold this out, fold this about there. Come under here, and this port peg will plug into this port here. So you take it, plug it in. There you have him in his spaceship airplane thing. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I just kind of forget about this mode, and I don't put him in it ever again. This is the second time I'm putting this in here. First time was to learn how to do it. So here he is next to Skydive, and again he's bigger than Skydive. Skydive's a deluxe. And here he is next to Mind Wipe again. So you can see he is longer. He is longer than Mind Wipe, just by a little bit, against these thruster feet here, and obviously the cannon. But yeah, overall, it looks bad. Detail-wise, nothing's changed except for the fact that there's a nose cone now. You do have a Decepticon symbol on one side, and that's really about it. Apologies for the random jump cut. I was just trying to figure out how to make my desk from stopping to shake, because the legs are very weak on this thing. But what was I talking about? Talking about detail. So yeah, he still has the same exact detail on the lower part of the jet here. He still has those two pegs, and you have this dorsal fin thing here that doesn't want to focus. Let's try rearranging the lights, see how that works. But yeah, now there's a place to store Nucleon, that's his name, in this mode. And there's a cockpit here that you just want to open up, and you take Nucleon, put him in a sitting position, and just kind of plunk him in there nice and snug. Pull that up, and there he is now, stored away in that little cockpit. So yeah, that's about it. So nothing else to do then to get on the robot mode. So the first thing you want to do is remove the cannon. Now I know people are complaining that this part's forming and taking the cannon off, but every single Galvatron toy you've ever bought has you take the cannon off. So in my mind, it's not parts forming, it's just what Galvatron does, because it's Galvatron. And you want to take this section and pull it down and just peg it in there and in, well, just there actually. Then you want to bring this entire section down, not all the way, because you're going to have to rotate the waist soon. Take these sections and unpeg them. Kind of already started doing that on their own. Just extend it all the way and it's supposed to click into place. There you go. The clicker is kind of loose on this leg here. Then you want to come back here to the feet and fold them out. Take these panels, fold them over to close up the hollow space. And make sure that the knees are pointed where this gunmetal gray piece is here, because that's the front of the crotch. So you want to come here, take this panel back, rotate it all the way, fold it up, then turn it around. Now you can take this tire back canopy section and fold it down. Then you want to come back here, or up here, to these sections and just fold them down, flip out the fists, which are ratcheted for some reason. There you go, just killer on your nails. Fold these sections down, take the cannon, take this peg and peg it into that little port right there on his arm. And there you have Galvatron in his robot mode. And obviously he's missing a piece. He has been horrifically decapitated. So, come back here and what? 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 Oh, thank God, it's just a friction pin. Oh, thank God. I thought I broke it for a second. Let's remove Nucleon. From there, peg that all back in. Take him and fold him in half, if I can get a grip on him. And just quickly, here's the head sculpt. Very out of focus. There you go. Very nice G1E Megatron head sculpt. That's why I don't call this Nucleon, I call this Megatron, just because it looks like Megatron. But, oh well. And you want to come over here to Galvatron and just plug it in. And there you go. Then open this up here. And there he has his Halloween mask. And there you have Galvatron in his robot mode. And mine has a little bit of loose hips. But, I mean, that's nothing I can just take the screw out of here, put some silly putty in the joint, and it'll be fine. But yeah. There's... Excuse me. Sorry, I was thirsty there. I had to drink some water. Here is Galvatron in his robot mode, and I like this. I like this a lot. This is probably one of my favorite of the Prime War Trilogy figures. Because, I mean, there's Combiner War, Titan Returns, and it says Trilogy, so there's probably something else coming soon, and I'm excited. But yeah, and already people have problems with this figure with the backpack, which I don't like, but I can remove just by removing that pin. These bits, which every Galvatron has. The cannon being on the front of the arm, which is semi-cartoon accurate, so I don't mind. And the face mask, which I don't like. Now, the face mask thing. Let's raise this up here. It makes it hard to see his face in there, and it doesn't go around his head all the way. It just kind of like stops here. And as Emgo pointed out in his review, there is a lot of space in that cavity there. I can take my entire index finger and stick half of it in here. So they should have been able to fit an entire helmet inside of that. But, I mean, he falls over. Yeah, those loose hips I gotta fix. But, I mean, it is what it is. So, detail-wise, all the same details are there. It's not like a movie toy or something like that where the vehicle mode looks like one thing and the robot mode looks like it would not come out of that vehicle mode, so there are new details. But here there aren't any except for that mask. So taking a closer look at the mask, very hard to see there. There you go. It is very Galvatron-y, which is nice. I do like the crest and the purple paint with that gunmetal chin strap there. You have a nice Tampograph Decepticon symbol. You got his 4-pack and some gunmetal gray crotch guns there. You do have these hip skirts, which is nice. They're cast in gray plastic. I do not like this gray plastic though. It's another one of my pet peeves. You do have some red here, and The cannon is still that nice translucent orange. And yeah, overall, I do like this thing. Get the light back to normal. Articulation wise, the head. The head. It'll only swivel about that much with the mask on, which is like 2 degrees, so we're just going to say his head doesn't move. Unless you fold away the mask. These are doing splits again. Now he has full range of motion here on the head, because it's on a ball joint, but just leave the mask up there. These can move out of the way to accommodate for shoulder articulation, which can do a full 360 degrees, and can go out on a ratchet. It's a soft ratchet, but a ratchet nonetheless. He does have a bicep swivel, which is slightly hindered by the treads here, and a double elbow, which is nice, and the wrists can hinge inward. Moving down to the legs here. Oh, one thing I want to point out about this arm is that people are complaining the way the cannon is oriented, you don't get any arm articulation. But that's just like G1 Galvatron and every other Galvatron, basically. I mean, some of them have the ability to, if I can get this off, plug this in on the side. I know there's a Shapeways bit you can get there, but I'm not going to because this looks cartoon accurate to me. I like it. So it doesn't bother me that much. He does have, if you move all this junk out of the way, he does have a waist swivel, very stiff waist swivel. Hips can go forward, they can go back only that far, and these hip skirts can move out of the way to accommodate for leg posability, which is, as you can see, very loose on mine. He does have upper leg rotation, single jointed knee, and then you can use that transformation click to get one extra click if you want. And the ankles can move down, they can move up, and he does have a very nice, you cannot see that, a very nice ankle tilt, which I do quite like. So yeah, unfortunately I don't own any other Galvatrons. Like, I don't even own the Combiner War Cyclonus, which became the torso of Galvatron. Galvatronus. Really weird name. Anyway, for comparison, here he is next to a Combiner Wars Deluxe. Here's Skydive. As you can see there he is next to Combiner Wars. You can see the aesthetic on these figures a little different. These figures go for a little bit more realism, whereas these ones are all out just cartoon, in your face, cartoon, G1, homage, all that sort of stuff. And honestly, I like it. Here he is next to a small Voyager. Here's Age of Extinction Hound. So yeah, I dropped it. And here he is next to my favorite figure that I bought from Tfcon again. Here's Mindwipe, and Mindwipe is obviously taller. Excuse me. And yeah, I mean, Voyagers have shrunk. I mean, everything's shrunk, but that's just due to, again, rising plastic costs. So yeah, overall, this figure is quite nice. I do thoroughly enjoy this thing, and I do recommend it as well. For your, like, if you're buying like your first Titan's Return figure, definitely go for this guy. I got him for 25 bucks at TFCon, which is great considering Voyagers in Canada cost 35 bucks with tax. So, yeah. One more thing I forgot to mention about the gun is you can take it and plug it into his fist if you want. So, I mean, there's that. But this is Galvatron, you don't do that. He's crazy, he's just gonna shoot you. So yeah, that's basically it for Galvatron. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I'm That Toy Guy, and stay tuned for my next video.